Hello, my name is Michael Melfi. I'm with Taylor English and Taylor English's GC practice. Today we're going to talk about Fundraising 101. The 5 things that every early stage company should know. So I want to take a few minutes here and just talk about you're getting ready to fundraise, you're thinking about fundraising. What should you be doing? What should you be thinking about? That's what I want to spend our time today on. And so the first thing is, do you have everything together? Well, the answer is no, sure, that's why we're going to go fundraise. But do you really have everything together? Do you have the documents you need? Do you have the investor presentation you need? Do you understand all the information that's necessary in order for you to go out to the market? Sure, it's one thing to say, hey, I have a great idea, I want your money, would you invest? It's another thing to be able to be prepared to answer questions. It's another thing to be ready to be able to talk with them and know the next question they're going to ask and know the next step in the process so you have the information. So having all your stuff together, and you say, oh, Michael, what does that mean? I'll get to that in a second. The next thing is what is your process for talking to investors? Some people say, oh, I know someone or someone's going to introduce me to someone. Do you actually have a process to go through? So you have all this information. What is going to be your process? Think about like a sales funnel. There's awareness, there's education, there's the decision-making process, then there's the closing. How are you going to take an investor through a process that's going to allow you to be successful in your fundraising efforts? And the information I'm talking about when I asked the first item was, do you have the right information? At each step of the process, there's different information that you're going to have to give an investor. Think about if you were going to buy something, you learn about it, you gather more information about it, and you get to know it a lot better. After you've done that, you start having questions, and you ask questions. Based on those questions, you decide if you want to make a purchasing decision. An investor goes through the same type of process. And so do you have the materials to guide them through that? Now, this one's going to seem odd to you. Are you coachable? The third thing is, are you coachable? And you say, why is that? Well, here's why. Most investors aren't going to say yes. They're going to give you advice or an opinion. And if you go into a meeting expecting to get $1 every time, that's a great mindset to have. Be ready to know that if you don't get the money, at least you got some insight, some wisdom to take forward to the next meeting. Each no is getting you one closer to a yes. Each no is letting you refine the process. Each no is giving you what you need to put the information together. Because the first person may say no because you didn't know these 3 things. The next person's not going to say no because you're going to know those 3 things. The other thing is, if you're going to go to people who have money, they typically have experience in investing or in your business or in your industry. They're going to give you feedback. Are you open to that feedback? They're never going to tell you weren't coachable, I didn't want to invest with you. They're going to say, they're going to give you some other reason. But they want to know, are you coachable? Because on this journey, you're not going to know everything. You're going to have to figure things out. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is, do you know the love language of an investor? Michael, what does that mean? The love language of an investor is the ability for you to speak into their listening. This is not about you. This is not about your vision. This is not what is important to you and your team. It's about asking someone else for their resources such that they believe your attributes, you've demonstrated attributes that they're willing to trade their time or money or energy for you. That's being investable. That's speaking the love language of an investor. That's so important and so critical. That's the fourth one. And the fifth one, the last piece is, do you have the right professionals around you? If they start asking you number questions, who's the numbers person? If they start asking you technical questions, who's the technical person? If they start asking you questions about process or IP or anything else that goes in your business, who's the right person to be there? What if they ask you legal questions? Who's the lawyer that's going to be there? So making sure, not saying you have to have everyone on the team and on payroll, but knowing that you have a team that's lined up, ready to go, with all the right information, following a process, willing to take feedback in such a way that when they ask you questions, you're speaking their language, your chances of success as an early stage company that wants to fundraise will increase dramatically. Until the next time we talk, stay investable.